Hello YouTube fans, here I am again talking about one of my favourite TV series, that being Steven Spielberg's Amazing Stories. As the authority stories go, Steven Spielberg decided after the success of doing one of his stories in the film version, Twilight Zone the movie, he's decided he wanted to have a go at doing a TV series in the mid-80s, that being Steven Spielberg's Amazing Stories. He did two series of this. Series 1 and Series 2. What ran, bear with me, I've got a runny nose. What ran right through to 1985 to 1987. Some of them I do like, and I've got to admit, some of them haven't dated very well. But there are some I do like. I mean, there are some I like. Shouldn't you? Got it. But yeah, there are some I like. The first one is the one to do with an old man, right? And this old man basically, he's got the idea he's on his way and he's going to die and he's going to see the light, you know. He's on his way and they want to bunk him off in their old people's home. That's very nice of you. Nice family. If you want to see a film that did that better, just go into Steven Spielberg's, or could it have been John Hooper's, Poltergeist or Poltergeist 2. That, in my eyes, did it a lot better. It did it a lot better. Did it a lot better. Or, what's this film? You can see it. Making Contact from 1986. That did it a hell of a lot better than how this does it. But I know that Steven Spielberg wanted to make it more lighter and not darker. So it's an old man who's basically on his way and he was going to Effin. That's how I see it. He's going to Effin. So you've got this house and you're near the railway, and what happens? A train, I shit you not, a train comes bashing in the fucking house. It goes bashing in the house. I'm surprised the family say, I hope you've got to pay our bill. You've just destroyed our house. And you've got these people from different eras, and they say to him, right, we're going to need you to go to the light. Don't go into the light. But he does, you know, he goes to the light, and basically he's going in the spirit world. Typical of Steven Spielberg, you get a bit of soft, sloppy music in the background, and he's giving this lad, his grandson, a hug goodbye. And basically, he says his goodbyes. And that was basically the first story of Steven Spielberg's Amazing Stories. The first one, it's not bad, but it's a bit, you know, it's a bit sloppy and dewy. But for his first story, you know, he did do other ones what I like of Steven Spielberg. He did other ones I like the one I do like is the one called The Piano Killer, which is more of a thriller. Then he did an horror one, but if you're going into ones like horror and all that, if you want to see all the fantasy stories, just do the Freddy Nightmares, or go to Tales from the Crypt, or even Tales from the Dark Side, had some horror moments in it. This, on the other hand, there was more light-hearted, but sometimes you'd have an horror one, you'd have a thriller one, you'd have an expense one, or you'd have one like this. So I'd say this one for the first story, with the dad going to Effort and going to the train and going to see the light. Don't go into the light, which is a better film, by the way. It's not a bad one. It's not a bad one for his first story of Steven Spielberg's Amazing Stories, you know. The first series, there's some I like, and there's some where it's like I say, I don't think dated very well. There's one I remember liking, and I'd Die for Sutherland. Yeah, I'd Die for Sutherland. And it had a few good actors in it. I'm trying to think of the other actor. Hell, what is he called now? He'll come back to me, but there's a very well known actor, been in a lot of films. But that's a good one. There's one with a mummy. That's like a comedy version of the Universal monster films. And there's a lot. I'll talk about this one because, like I said, the stories are not that long and they're more informative. The other one I do remember liking, right, was this guy, and he's an actor. And he's doing, like, you know, the old Universal monster films, and they test him up like a mummy. And by accident, these townies, because he finds out, right, the actor who's playing the mummy, finds out that his wife is having a baby, you know, but by accident he's left the bandages on, so he looks exactly like a fucking mummy. And you've got a townies, and you know they think he is a mummy, and they're chasing after him. They're chasing him thinking he's a bloody mummy, and he's not, he's an actor. And you've got people on the way chasing him and trying to attack him. Long and behold, he meets his wife and he has to kid her. I do actually like that one. It has a few comedy moments and it does take a little bit of the Mickey of the old Universal, you know, the monster films and that golden era, you know, the old mummy films. And it does have that tongue-in-cheek sort of humour. So I do actually like that one of Amazing Stories. I would say that's another one I do like. Again, finding Amazing Stories, Series 1 and Series 2, because they only ever did 2 series, you're a fucking dudden. 30 impossible to find a box set or any of them. But I do remember the golden days of video when Amazing Stories were very successful. It was a very successful series back in the mid 80s to the late 80s. So yeah, I think it was a dudden. So I do actually like that one. And I'll go on to the next story. This is a good one. This is a brilliant one. It was one to do with this dye. I would say this is a bit more Twilight Zone. This one to me always felt like more of a Twilight Zone story. It's a long lad, right? It's in the 18th century where it's World War, war in the 18th century, like the South. And by accident, he ends up in the modern times and he's got to send this certificate off, right? And he's going everywhere in the modern times. Then he gets into a museum, dips at this die, and then shoots off. And then this die realises this is like something from his grandfather. This was his grandfather, what got shot up in the 18th century. You know, it's the first South War. And he ends up back in that era. You don't see him get killed, but you got the idea he got shot up. So it's like a sad ending. But I don't like that one because to me it felt a bit like something you see, something you see in the frigging Twilight Zone. So I like that one. That to me was another good story. So Steven Spielberg did write a lot of good stories of Amazing Stories. He did a lot, which I do like. I enjoy them. So I probably told more about them on the way, but that was the first series. The first one's not really a lot, you know what I mean? It's an old man. He knows his time's up. But again, Steven Spielberg wanted to keep it mild. He wanted to keep it mild for a longer audience. So he didn't go too much into it. You know what I mean? To me, I felt like Poltergeist did that better. Poltergeist 2 did that better. And why not? Fuck it, I saw it again. This movie here, another one you can't get on DVD. And Making Contact did it a lot better. But for his first story, it wasn't that bad. I mean, they were the ones I do actually like. The first one, it's not a bad one. It's not one of my favourites, but it's not bad. The second story with the guy thinks he's a mummy. Again, if you like the old Universal monster films, you're definitely going to like that. There's a lot of dark and a lot of humour to it. And the one with the guy in the past, and he gets back and gets shot up. You don't see it, but you know he gets shot up. I actually like them for Steven Spielberg's Amazing Stories. So for the Forestry stories go, the good ones. Again, I'll talk about other things on the way. And if there's anything you like, just press that magic button sub. Other than that, I'll speak about more things on the way and talk about more stuff on the way. Until then, see you later. Be smart, be safe, and I'll see you soon.